So hello and welcome to the channel and welcome to the first Project Cars 3 video. Well, last night there was an absolute bombshell dropped on the sim racing community with the first footage of the new Project Cars 3 game. Well, if the video had started out anything like this, I would be in anticipation totally for what was to come. But unfortunately the video went on to show some in-game footage, which in all fairness was absolutely massively disappointing. The whole look of the game looks very arcade-ish, and unfortunately we can't see the finished product, and it does say very early footage, but the whole way the car moves, the sort of the gimmicky sort of effects of the arcade type games of Forza Horizon 4 or Grid 2 really does look where this game is sort of aimed at. Knowing how much Project Cars has shaped the last few years of my life with regards to sim racing on console, and Project Cars 2 offering so much more with the weather systems, community events, online leagues and multiplayer battles, along with my own setup tutorials and track guides, I was ever hopeful to see what Ian Bell and his team would produce when it came to Project Cars 3. After seeing the initial in-game footage, I've got to be honest, I felt like being sick. But having had a little bit of time to read over more details regarding the game's development, hopefully SMS are going to try and appease both sections of the market with a more structured license system to put players with similar skill levels together, and a more customizable difficulty option in order to separate the casual gamer from the hardcore sim racer, which is where the company initially began. Hopefully by making it more gamepad friendly, they'll pick up more sales, yet allowing them also to add more technical aspects of sim racing for the harder fans. As far as I'm concerned, Ian Bell has promised the core fundamentals of Project Cars is still there underneath, and this is very early footage I think we're seeing. Obviously back in the days of Project Cars 2, when the original title launched and we had this trailer in the background, the game just looked absolutely immense in my opinion. It was everything that Project Cars 1 was missing, and it just fulfilled sort of every part of the game that people wanted from the console or even on PC. You know, Forza has been something that's been there forever, you know, from Forza 2, 3, 4, 5. We just needed something new on console, and that was what came when Project Cars 1 came and Project Cars 2. Obviously we've got Assetto Corsa, but this is what the fans wanted. Obviously they wanting to appeal to a bigger market, and they wanting to get more sales, which generally comes with kids in bedrooms or teenagers playing with a controller. But obviously as hardened sim racers, we wanted to see an out-and-out sim on console, which is hopefully what Assetto Corsa is going to bring, or Assetto Corsa Competizione is going to bring to the console. But we really were hoping that Project Cars 3 was going to be something more in the line of sim racing as opposed to an arcade game. But there are a few elements to the new Project Cars 3 which do sound appealing. I mean, the removal of community events, which are being replaced with some sort of rival type system, which we've seen on other games before. I can't remember which title it was that used to do a rivals competition, but I guess they're just trying to make it more appealing to the younger generation that are playing Project Cars, and they come on and they're automatically seeing some of these amazing lap times that people set, and they just can't compete with that sort of thing. So they're going to be able to compete with people closer to their sort of benchmark, really. The weather system and everything is supposed to still be there. There's supposed to be a huge amount of tracks and cars to choose from, but in all honesty, I just want to see that this is the sort of game that we're going to be looking at. It's more true to life, it's more real life, and we're not going to be left with this stupid arcadey type game that's more based like Need for Speed or Grid, or just a game that's just full of gimmicks. And obviously they're trying to appeal to that bigger market, I can understand that, but I think we would all still like to see the core fundamentals of Project Cars 1 and 2 sort of carried over into Project Cars 3. If it's not going to be carried over into that, I really do think they should think about changing the title of the game and don't call it Project Cars 3, because if it doesn't live up to the same expectations from 1 and 2, it's not a continuation of the game really. It's got more of a look of Test Drive Unlimited, which was another classic Xbox game. If it's got elements of that, that's fine, but I think it's trying to cover the aspects of Forza Horizon 5 and Forza with the customizability of the cars and everything. If that's what people wanted, great, but don't lose the fundamental game itself and the physics, the force feedback physics. If you're looking at creating like an open world racing game or more road courses, that's great. We haven't got a game that currently does that with a good physics engine behind it and a weather system. But yeah, it was a massive blow last night for it to be released, the footage, and there still wasn't anything on the SMS website or the Codemasters website. This was all just based around, I guess, media outlets that were covering the story. But yeah, an interesting one, and not one that I was absolutely overwhelmed with how it looks. But yeah, hopefully we'll see more to do with Project Cars 3 in the coming weeks and months before its release. But I'm hoping for better things than what I've seen in this first release sort of trailer. It just looked so arcadey. I think the community of sim racers would like to see some elements of the actual sim itself, and just looking a bit better than a Forza sort of base game. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's just my views and opinions regarding the current state of where we're at, and thanks for watching. Ciao for now.